if I told you that you should actually be afraid of the things that you know as against the unknown? Sounds like upside down thinking, right? But think about it. You can excuse yourself for what you don't know. But this one that you know, Unko, what's your excuse? If you are already wasting today and excusing away today, tomorrow is already crying. So let me gist you about why this personally touches me. I grew up in a house full of pep talks. You see, my dad, he bought books like he was buying bread. And my mom, in short, both of them, they had morning devotions on lockdown with pep talks pretty much every day. So wisdom was flying around everywhere in my home. Then I went on to boarding school. I met with smart and great minds, and I was also exposed to materials for becoming an independent lady. And as if that was not enough, my university education was at Covenant University. I know you know the rest of the story. So you see, everywhere I turned, I had access to materials on growth, leadership, and personal success. But here's what shocked me. Some people who weren't even exposed to the same information I got exposed to early enough in life have done so much with themselves. And some other people who probably grew up in exactly the same circumstance as I did have done way more with themselves than I have done. And sometimes I sit down and ask myself, was it not the same watery beans that me and this person ate back in secondary school? Thank God that it was not too late for me to realize that you can be in the middle of all the knowledge that you need to grow and still not grow. Why? Because growth is intentional. So let me break it down. See, it is not about being in the right environment or getting access to the right knowledge. What are you doing with the knowledge that you are getting? So remember Joseph in the Bible, right? So Joseph, from Pharaoh's dream, got a knowledge that, man, there is something that is going to happen in the future and it is scary. But did Joseph freeze in fear? Or did he start to live on vibes? No, he didn't. With the information he had, he stood, he planned, and by that, he secured tomorrow. So this is the question. What are you doing with the knowledge that you already have? I think that the biggest problem that we have in the world today is an overload of knowledge. Salvation is already in your hands. You know Jesus died for you. You know his words. You know his promises. But some of us still ground ourselves, worrying about whether or not we will make it heaven. If only we knew that that future of heaven is determined by how we are living our lives. So instead of worrying about heaven or something else in the future, why not study God's word, obey his voice, embrace his promises daily? If you are faithful in the known, which is your walk with him today, then the unknown is already secured. So wherever you find yourself, if the knowledge you are getting has not translated to what would I start doing, what would I stop doing? If you cannot cascade it down to this, then you have not made any use of that knowledge. The value of knowledge is not in memorizing. It is in how much it can change your life.